you probably love Magic and Cardistry. You probably carry cards along with you on all occasions. And because you like both Magic and Cardistry, you want to be able to have a deck of cards that can do both. You want it to look cool when doing flourishes and different card techniques, but you also want it to look good when you're doing your Magic performances and have built-in tools to help you out when doing Magic. So these are the top 5 decks in my collection that I have for both Magic and Cardistry, my top 5 all-around decks. So if you want to check this out, make sure to subscribe and ring the bell so I can help you. That's what this channel is all about. It's all about helping you up your game in Magic and Cardistry, sleight of hand, know everything you need to know about playing cards. That's why I'm here. So seriously, subscribe and ring the bell so you can get notified when all these videos drop. They can help you out so much. And let's get into this top 5 video right now. Now at number 5, we have the Midnight Knock playing cards, which was a collaboration with Theory 11 and the Knock brand with Alex Pandrea. Now first of all, 2 companies that I really respect and love all of the products that both of them come out with. Now this deck, if you haven't seen it already, I'll show it to you right now. One, minimalist back design. Of course, it's Nox. Now, the reason that I like this deck, both for Magic and Cardistry looks great with a minimalist, really every Nox deck. When they're doing their trailers, they're doing Cardistry with it, and as you've seen in all of them, they look fantastic. Now, the reason it's number 5 is because it doesn't have anything above and beyond. Now, packet cuts are going to look great because it has a medium to thicker border, but the reason I love it for Magic is this. There's a few reasons. Number 1, it is a fully marked deck. I know, how can a deck that's this simple be fully marked? Well, I have made a tutorial on how to read the marking system. I'll leave it in the description below so you can check out the marking system for this deck if you already have it or if you want to get it. So, that's one of the reasons. Number 2, duplicate jokers, completely identical, fantastic for Magic effects, and has standard faces, so it will be easy to recognize for your spectators. This is why this deck right here is at number 5. Now at number 5, we have the Paradigm playing cards by my good friend Derek Grimes, aka Dysfunctional Reviews. He has his own YouTube channel where he reviews playing cards just like I do on every single Wednesday, excluding November, of course. So, every single Wednesday I put up a deck review, and this is one of the decks I have reviewed, the Paradigm playing cards. So, this is why they look fantastic for Cardistry. One, it's circle design, so when doing anything with spinning like Hot Shot, or you're going to do Flicker Shot, any type of move where the card is going to be flying in the air, it's going to look fantastic. Broken borders on both sides, so when doing things like this, you're going to get a nice cigar band that goes all the way around. That's just one of the ad cards. Don't worry, my fans aren't that bad. So, Cardistry is going to look fantastic. The faces are mostly just completely standard. The court cards have been enlarged, but that's really the only difference there. Plus, on the King of Hearts, you have a 3 of Hearts reveal and a duplicate 3 of Hearts, both of those being fantastically suited for Magic, which is why this deck, the Paradigm playing cards, come in at number 4. Plus, if you want this deck and many of the other decks in this top 5, you can pick them up for 10% off in the description. Let's get into number 3. Now, at number 3, we have the Sirius B playing cards by Riffle Shuffle. First off, cool wraparound design. I just love wraparound design on tuck boxes. That's not why I'm here, though. So, number 1, let's talk about the Cardistry side of it. Right? This deck is a Cardistry deck. Riffle Shuffle makes fantastic decks for Cardistry. Medium border, back design is gorgeous. It looks like it descends down to the center. It's just fantastic. Now, let's talk about a little bit more on the Cardistry before we get into the Magic, which is my favorite part about this deck, because it's mostly known as a Cardistry deck, right? Now, I do have a review coming up at the middle of next month, the middle of December, so you'll want to check that out when this drops, because currently there's no reviews on YouTube of this deck. So this deck will be coming up, and I'll be posting that deck review, I believe, the 3rd week of December. But the other reason is because the pips are all custom, so you have blue pips instead of the black cards, and the red cards have also been changed to have lighter and darker reds, a little bit of a maroon shading in there. So Cardistry is going to look fantastic. The reason it's great for Magic, which is not what you'd normally think of, is this. 1, it comes in Mnemonica Stack. If you don't know what Mnemonica Stack is, you've been living under a rock, try to memorize it. It's extremely difficult to memorize, but it's a completely random stack. Completely random. A lot of magicians know it. I'm in the process of memorizing it myself. I'm like 36 in, I believe, of the 52. Fantastic. So as soon as you open up the box, you already have a built-in tool there. Number 2, the 7 of Hearts is flipped over. So as you're going through the cards, you'd be going through, and the 7 of Hearts is going to be like on this. Wow, it's 7 diamonds. Never do that. So as you're going through the deck, as you open up the box, you're going to be going through, and you're going to realize the only card upside down is the Seven of Hearts, which is another great technique that you can use for many different effects. You force a card, open that up, boom, that's the only card that's upside down. Tons of different things you can do with it. Red Pill, Blue Pill by Chris Ramsey, tons of them. Okay, the next part, you have duplicate jokers. Again, fantastic for magic. And lastly, you have a duplicate Queen of Hearts that you can use for many different effects, like 3-card Monties, card to impossible locations, and many other things. That makes a lot of different reasons for this deck to be number 3. At number 2, we have the Orbit V7s. This is not the Parallel Edition, this is the standard V7s. Now, the V7s are a beautiful deck, and I'll show you why they are both for Cardistry and Magic. First of all, let's go with Cardistry again. Let's look at this back design. Seriously. I mean, Orbit is known as a Cardistry deck. We don't even really have to talk about it, really. Now, this is the first deck of cards that does not have a broken border. That is kind of sad for me, but it is true. So the 5s and the 6s both had a broken border. This does not have it, although it does look fantastic. If you watch the Orbit V6 Jam, you clearly know that this deck looks great for Cardistry. Now, besides that, the numbers and things have all been changed color-wise, so those are more of a pinkish color, and then the blacks are now more of a purple. So again, gonna look great for Cardistry. Now the other thing is the Magic side of it. Number 1, this is a fully marked deck. So just as an example, I'm gonna see what we get. So I'm gonna give this deck a cut, and let's look. This is gonna be the card that I check out, so you guys can see if you can figure it out for yourself. I'm gonna look at it, gotta see it in the light, and this is the 6 of Hearts, and then I look at it, and it's the 6 of Hearts, right? So fully marked deck. Absolutely beautiful. Not only that though, so it's a fully marked deck, and I'll leave the tutorial on how to read that in the description. So if you have it or you want it, again, 10% off if you don't have it, and if you have it, now you have a tutorial on it. The other things is it comes with duplicate jokers, which is fantastic for Magic, a duplicate 8 of Hearts, again, fantastic, a duplicate 8 of Spades, again, fantastic, and a double backer. So all these things combined make this deck fantastic for both Magic and Cardistry, which is why it's at my number 2. Now before we get into number 1, let's look at 2 runner-ups. Now at number 7, the first runner-up, we have the Avocados by Organic Playing Cards Company. Now, fantastic guys who run the shop. They're just awesome guys. And not only are they awesome guys, but they create awesome playing cards. So, long line of cards that I have from them. So the Avocados, first of all, this is going to be a dumb moment. It's mostly a Cardistry deck. Let's be real, right? You're outside, you're doing Cardistry, but this is a deck that you could also use for Magic, right? Which is why this is at my number 7, because it's not like a Magic and Cardistry. It's a Magic with some, it's a Cardistry with some Magic. Now, how does this have any Magic purposes? Well, number 1, it has a double backer. Number 2, a duplicate 9 of Spades. And they have semi-duplicate jokers. The reason they're semi-duplicate is because 1 is just the standard joker that you'd normally expect to see with the avocado and it saying joker. That one has a pit in it. The other one without the pit has a 9 of clubs reveal. So the great thing about this is now you have a 9 of spades and a 9 of clubs reveal, so you can do 2 things instead of having the 9 of clubs and 9 of clubs reveal. Although they can work great together, now you have more opportunities to do extra separate things. This is why this deck is at number 7. Now at number 6, the second runner-up, we have the Remedies playing cards by Daniel Madison and Daniel Snyder. Now this deck is mostly Magic with some Cardistry, opposed to the last one, which is mostly Cardistry with some Magic. So first of all, let's look at the back design. Again, very simple, very elegant, can be used for Cardistry, mostly for Magic, which is why, of course, it's at number 6. Now some things that, again, go even further for Magic. Now, first of all, you have Ace of Spades, right? But now you have 2 Ace of Spades, but one of them, over here, has this. So you'll be able to use that for many different cool effects. That's just a fun one to put in there. Number 2, you have duplicate jokers, again, going to be fantastic for Magic. And number 3, which is probably my favorite part, you have a duplicate King of Diamonds, but since they are always both on the King of Diamonds, you usually have Daniel Madison on the King of Diamonds, you usually have Daniel Snyder on the King of Diamonds. What do? They just put both of them in there. And now you have 2 reveals on them. So you have a reveal on one, reveal on the other, and they are 2 different reveals, which is really fun, because now you have 2 separate reveals that you have in the same deck. Again, just more stuff for Magic that you can do with it. So this is why my deck, the Remedies playing cards, is at number 6. And my number 1 all-around deck, which you can also find for 10% off in the description below, and maybe you might even find it on their Black Friday sale that's going on right now. You can check this out, the Cherry Casino playing cards. Now, it's not just the blues. I honestly love all of them. Sometimes you want to use the pinks because they're the only ones that are crushed. The reds, the blues, the teals, the rest of them are not crushed, but they still feel fantastic. But seriously, first of all, back design clearly can be used for cardistry when you're doing fans. I mean, you get that cigar band right here like this. It's going to look fantastic when doing cardistry. The cherries when doing packet cuts. The bordered design going to make packet cuts look fantastic. Again, cardistry, easy. Magic, again, simple back design, nothing over the top. And then it is also in Mnemonica Stack. So again, another Mnemonica Stack deck. There isn't one that's flipped upside down this time, but that is just fine by me, because those V3s of the Series B playing cards was the first one I've ever seen like that. So that's just kind of fun. Now, again, Mnemonica Stack is going to look great. Now, it is cut to the Ace of Spades, so you will have to give it one cut. And then the way you use it is do some false cuts and false shuffles, and you're all set to go. And then the other thing that it has going with it is you get, of course, your standard duplicate jokers, a double backer, and a blank card. So the four of those things, again, it's just very simple. It's elegant, all standard faces, and it looks gorgeous. Mnemonica Stack, fantastic for cardistry. All these reasons. The Cherry Casino playing cards, any color, but personally, blue being my favorite, is my number one all-around deck. So again, if you want to check out them, or any of the marking systems that I talked about, any of the deck reviews that I've done, I'll leave it all in the description below. And don't forget, just let me know in the comments, because I do forget sometimes. So make sure to subscribe and ring the bell if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. This is Card Perfect, signing off.